So something new is happening with the little plants. They're growing. This one's growing. I'm not sure what on earth that is. It should be either a rose bush or a sunflower. I'm pretty sure these ones are the mini sunflowers. Either way, they're growing out. So they're finally popping out. There should be around 15 seeds, I think, of this. So far so good. They look pretty good. Nice and strong looking. These ones look quite good too. So they're just growing out. They'll bloom into... Got 2 growing out. So obviously there's going to be more. So I buried them at a good depth this time. Sometimes I worry that I bury them too deep, but they seem to be doing okay. And these ones are yet to come up, so they've got 2 pansies, giant pansies there, and something else there. Can't remember what on earth I put there. Maybe something starting with C. Just can't remember. But they should be growing in the next week or 2. Unless they are too deep. That's why I pressed down the soil a little bit to ensure that, some can grow out at a shallower depth. Because I'm never really too sure about the depth. I planted a lot of my previous seeds to the 3mm depth, and I just feel like that was just too much to the surface, because a lot of those plants uprooted themselves as they were growing. So I like to put it a little bit deeper, despite the fact that it says all 3mm, but because they uproot themselves and they're not stable enough in the soil, I think more like 1 to 1.5 centimeters depth is the better depth. So that's why I'm not sure about these seeds. So they said 3mm, but I put them more like 1 to 1.5 centimeters depth. Maybe even half an inch. Because I just feel like the 3mm is too shallow, and they technically should be able to, rise out of that depth. So I pressed that little donut hole there just in case. A couple of 1 centimeter is way too deep. So whatever grows will have the opportunity to come out at an earlier depth, but I just feel like 3mm depth is just too shallow, no good, because the plants uproot themselves as they grow, and they're not stable in the soil. So that's what I find the problem with that kind of depth. So these ones should be blooming next couple of days. Then I'll put another update. Nothing much going on with here. Like I said, one of them, this one up here near the top, I have hopes of recovery. These other 2 portions of the plant look kind of dead. So but what happened with the plant? It completely disintegrated. Because it was just had no opportunity of being able to recover. So it just completely disintegrated, and so I picked up the leaves, which have little bits of root system, and I replanted the leaves. So even though they look brown, but that one at the top there looks like it may be the only one to recover. I'm not sure what's going to be the fate of these struggling plants. I assume that they're probably... Well, if they don't regenerate, they're probably dead. So I'll just keep them on, just see what they do. Yeah, and all the rest are the same thing. It's growing up, almost flowering, but not quite. These ones are growing longer and longer. Carnations. And that heart vine is, besides that crumbling bit there, the other half of it is doing really well. It's like crawling on the glass to a good level, so it's going to end up reaching across this whole glass pane and growing its leaves out, so yeah, it should be doing well sometime.